All right, we're back. Hopefully, this is going to work better. I don't know. It worked just fine when I was testing it, so that's great. Anyways, take it away, Rogue.
Resuming. All right, let's see here. We were looking in on...
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows. But today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coasts of Massachusetts.
Dreams definitely seem to be a thing in this.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
Inevitably, there will be one madman who will take me to Darkwater, but let's see if I've got anything else here that I can snag first.
This will affect your destiny.
They tell me now that it will affect my
Now
destiny.
a warning? Doesn't say if it'll be for better or for worse.
He's a drunk. He'll get over it.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
The husband never understood that his wife had left him. He kept calling me weeks after the investigation had been closed. Well?
Sorry to break it to you, but your wife was a lesbian. Let's see here, what else do we have? Got a book. The Learning of Medicine, Volume 1. A dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners, this first volume lists all illnesses known to the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatment. Item obtained. Ooh, medicine progression. Useful to take everything you can.
Not that it'll save you from the insanity, but, you know?
No, but it might save me from going septic.
That's true.
I used to be an avid reader.
No, I couldn't tell. Random creepy painting. Let's see, anything else in here? Must be thorough.
Can you have another drink?
I could have another drink, but I think just the one should be fine. Let's look at this.
I should get rid of all this stuff.
But why? Well, I believe that covers everything that I can interact with in here. Oh. Wants me to definitely confirm that I am leaving. Chapter 2, Darkwater Port. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. It wasn't really that disturbing. On the shipping label, an address, a warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation.
apparently dark water is built with whale or shark bones.
Well, I mean, when you've got a bunch of whalers, what else are you going to build with? Although I think that would end up being a lead-in to Dishonored.
Spoilers. Call of Cthulhu and Dishonored. Call of Cthulhu and Dishonored. Same world. Totally not on this deep, heavy fog.
This is the East Coast. They always have deep, ominous fogs.
Yeah, I've not had a lot of experience out there, so...
At least at nighttime. Especially in the northern coastal areas like Massachusetts.
I think his cigarette was already burned before he lit it.
Maybe this fog put it out. But yes, it did look like there was a significant amount of ash at the end of it.
We're almost there.
The Scylla. Nice Greek reference there.
Yep. Ironic that it's the one that's crashed on the
Right?
rocks.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload.
It's just throw your cigarette anywhere.
Well, you know.
Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
Nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy.
Project, Captain.
You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up.
Thank you, that's
Mitchell
better.
may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
How
Understood.
convenient.
I'm going for a look around the docks.
Secondary objectives. Go to the bar. Great instruction to an established drunkard.
Hey, you know, that drink that I took before the office was just like breakfast.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
That's right. This is during the times of the Prohibition.
Friendly sort.
Oops.
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's drunk.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
He's
I don't have time for all this bravado.
Don't be so high and mighty, sir. We don't like mainland snobs.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
first.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
Yes, well, whale hunting.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
I might have a better answer for that if you would serve me a bottle of whiskey.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Oh, time-honored chat, conversation trees where they're happy to talk to you until you are done.
Yeah.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night.
That would be
Screams,
rats.
that sort of thing.
Maybe not
Screams.
rats.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Let's ask about the probe.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Well, we've already discovered the gender of our person.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight.
Oh, come on.
Drinking it here is anything else?
Well, I guess.
That'll be all for now.
Of course there's an asylum.
Well, yeah.
Conveniently named Arkham, I'm certain.
Yes, well. That's... So then, Batman is also connected to this, if you're...
Well, I mean,
The
Arkham
miraculous
Asylum.
catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Yeah, Arkham initially came from, like Arkham Asylum from Batman initially came from Lovecraft's writings.
Well, that does make sense. The Chanty, 21st May 1847. Miraculous catch. The Scylla returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. Ah, there we go. We had given up hope the crew of the Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales, the cetacean that it is already being called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Part of the island? What, was the other half of the island not suffering?
Probably the rich part.
Warehouse for rent. Mr. Marks is putting his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshop, or storage activities. You can contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. Special evening at the Stranded Whale. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, all of the staff of the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with friends to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate. Why do I get the feeling that this miraculous catch is the cause of all of these strange happenings on the island?
I don't know that I'd say the cause of all of them, but like
At least
does,
the start of them.
Yeah, awfully convenient. Especially that, you know, come sample the thing.
Yeah.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
Huh. That actually reminds me of one of the horrors that I'd read in Cthulhu Mythos. I cannot recall what it was called, though. Alright, you look important.
What you looking at, stranger?
Classic pickup line. I'm sure that'll go over well.
Oh. Let's go with the middle option.
I'm just passing by. Sorry.
Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
Eh. Apparently the wrong option to get anything out of her, but
I doubt you're going to get anything out of her as it is.
at least not yet. She'll probably be important later. It's locked. I didn't see a lock-picking skill in there. What good investigator does not have the skill at picking locks? I wonder if he'll talk to me
You
about...
again.
Yes, me again.
That'll be all for now.
I don't remember. I didn't catch who Bradley is supposed to be.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
So like $60 bar.
68. Left quite the tab. Alright, well.
Oh, Bradley. Okay.
Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster? The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots!
Forget it. Nobody listens to us.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Badly hurt orca that just got tossed on the shore, apparently.
You're
Yep.
crazy!
They're cops. They can't.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You
That's
can't
no way to
understand. You're
treat
not
an omen.
sailors. Oh yeah. It's a sign. There's something coming.
Alright, well, let's go talk to Fitzroy, get those documents.
It's an ominously glowing lantern there.
Wonder if that's because it's whale oil. Although I don't recall whale oil burning any different.
I've never seen or heard of heard about how whale oil burns, just that it does. But the spooky misty aura seems...
He's also got a similarly spooky aura around his candle, so...
Yeah.
And that is an oil burner.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Ah, there we are.
That table next to you.
You have so many tables.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. That's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are still illegible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? I don't know, whoever burned down their house?
Redacted documents back in the small island in the 1920s.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Captain, the terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment out to the carrier, Cat. Gonna guess she's the one who brings in the booze, or at least pays him to smuggle it.
Would seem likely. I'm sure the captain is totally cool with you going through his drawers and
Oh yeah.
personal belongings.
Well, I mean,
The
he's
Scylla.
opening in here.
It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Medicine, Volume 2. This second volume teaches ethics and good practice to medical staff.
You were looking for the second one, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
I'm sure he won't mind you just taking his books either.
Let's see what's upstairs. I'm thinking that maybe whale oil at least has something bluish, greenish to it.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Oh.
What a macabre souvenir.
Peg leg. Well, prosthetic, I should say, because it's got actual moving parts to it. Well, that staircase has seen better days.
Yeah.
As has his porch.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
You wouldn't say.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale.
How about the stranded
Even the
whale?
antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Let's see here.
Unlocked answer. Interesting.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous catch of 1847.
So where did the Hawkins family get its money?
Well, from what Charles inherited, I presume. Although, these dates on the manifests could indicate that he had contracts of another kind.
With whom, I wonder?
Alright, let's talk about Darkwater. All sorts of unlocked answers.
So I wonder if those are from observation or skills, because
Well,
like you haven't you failed the skill check on the picture, that painting that the guy gave you, and you didn't really get anything useful from the check on the orca either. So these may just be things you've observed.
yeah.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
And
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
So he kept his
Your father?
father's wooden leg.
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I already saw it, actually.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
I think the what would have killed it.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha! Indeed, you're right.
Okay, we're just gonna drop it there, I guess.
I guess so. Maybe a Scylla killed it.
There's only one Scylla. There was a name.
That's true.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least.
Alright.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor.
I did.
It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
That's why I was asking you about it. But, yeah.
Okay, I guess that's just totally above board as written on the tin.
Nothing shady about any of it at all.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse.
Okay, that's just all those things that I talked about.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
I think we're gonna have to play around and try and maybe try a different computer or something for the next stream we do.
Okay.
We just keep dropping frames, and I don't know what else to do about it.
He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailors.
What could have done so much damage?
I guess I don't get a second check now that I've got another book.
I don't know if the books do anything for your skills or not.
Where do I see my skills?
Probably under Pierce would be my guess. Oh, okay.
It is
Yeah.
slightly increased.
Medicine and occult skills can only be improved by objects discovered in the environment. Whereas the others looks like you can spend character points on, and you've got a couple from somewhere.
Alrighty, let's see here. What do I want to spend them on?
4 needed for the next level of psychology.
I think I need better talking skills.
And there's your sanity right there. R2. Oh.
I have to validate.
Oh, options, start
Yeah.
button, basically. Okay.
Alright. Sanity.
That is a lot of unlockables there.
Yes, well. I'm currently stable.
Despite the nightmares.
Well, you know. Okay, cult. That's my inventory. Yeah, see, I got the...
Yeah.
Can't talk to you.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh? We saw what you did to St. Brendan. Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
Who is St. Brendan?
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the Navigator. He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty. There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue. Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us. What brings you to dark water?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum. They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder? They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors. If only they would kill each other.
That seems an, you know, extreme measure to go to right from the start.
Just a tad, yeah.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Oh, hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing. Nothing at all.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly? You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do. St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat. It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here. Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
Well, I suppose that's one way to pass the time.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Friendly sort.
Yeah. Incidentally, just a quick search. Apparently, whale oil does not burn green and misty and ominously.
No,
Huh.
if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
I bet.
Weren't you able to crouch?
That is true, I was able to crouch.
Not even, and don't go looking.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Well, now I know that the warehouse is unguarded.
Helpful.
You could tell me. Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut.
Why, we don't have a clear conscience.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
I
I'm
saw
hungry.
you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
Ah.
Gentlemen, you have a problem.
What? Who do you take yourself for, stranger?
Your boss is very unhappy with your work.
Oh yeah? You're bluffing.
She said those knuckleheads are incapable of staying at their post.
Darn it.
You think he's telling the truth?
We'll find out. Prove that you really know Cat.
It's risky to question my word. I wouldn't like you to get cut with a certain Italian knife.
Okay. You've convinced us.
And it's she who sent you? What do you want from us?
I have to take a look inside the Hawkins warehouse. Leave me alone, and I'll put in a good word for you with Cat.
Okay, it's a deal.
Oh, that was easy.
Ah. See? Eloquence went a long way. Alright.
Or just, spying on them and them being a little
well,
obtuse.
yes. But I couldn't get to the part where listening in on them would have helped without the eloquence.
Oh, I didn't see anywhere where it was tested.
Yeah, it was tested with the lie Cat sent me.
Oh, gotcha. I must have missed that.
It was during the investigation as to the whale burning.
Let's see.
Ah, of course I can pick locks, but only if they're the right locks.
Perfect.
Right.
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
A reconstruction scene.
Actually, funny, this is probably similar to the Batman Arkham games where you go into a special clue finding mode to reconstruct scenes. So yes, definitely Batman is somewhere in this world that this.
Well, Batman hasn't been born yet. This
Okay,
is
that's fair.
preceding
That's
his
fair.
time.
You're probably right there.
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? It smells as bad as it looks.
That's a bunch of dead fish.
Yep.
Can't sleep. I know how that feels.
Prescribed laudanum. I suppose that's a little late for, or 20s is a little late for that. Let's see here. Ah, occult.
Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
There was at least one more I saw. Yeah.
The glass is shattered, like someone smashed it. Was it before or after the removal of these bandages?
I'm gonna guess after.
Oh, one more to your left. In the bedding or rack.
Oh, yes.
What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here?
And there's like phantom people now.
Yeah. Well, this is a reconstruction. I'm looking at
Right.
people living.
No, but I didn't know if you'd seen them popping up.
Yep.
When you checked certain things.
Alrighty. Does appear to be all. Oh, I didn't hold it down long enough.
You can't just exit a reconstruction scene. It takes effort.
Alrighty, let's see here. So,
Got some more character points.
I got 2 available. This time I remember to validate them. Clues. Alright, Hawkins Warehouse officially unused since Charles Hawkins' death. This warehouse recently housed a clandestine resident. Signs of life attest to the fact. Funny, they have signs of life, yet the picture in the middle is of guts.
Yeah.
And fish. I suppose that is a sign of what once was life. See here, the presence of blood-stained bandages must also be noted, probably removed from a wound, as well as pills, painkillers, and sleeping pills. Moreover, the occupant seems to be obsessed with Sarah Hawkins, as attested by the presence of several documents connected to the artist's life, photograph, press clipping. But it is the discovery of a partly charred painting recognized by Officer Bradley as having come from the Hawkins mansion that allows all doubts to be lifted as to the link between the contents of this building and the Hawkins case. Not that it tells me much of anything.
Well, yeah. I think the suggestion or hint there is
someone has settled in here.
To talk to
whoever it is,
Bradley, yeah,
has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You, don't move. You again. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Threaten the police officer.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange poetry. Wait, I know it.
It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene. Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Yes, we do.
Seems kind of inconveniently located.
Chapter 3, Garden of the Hawkins Mansion. Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place, thought to be abandoned, revealed some surprises. Signs of recent occupation as well as a partly charred painting. Interrupted in his searching by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins Mansion. Convenient of the load times to wait for me to finish reading.
Right.
Before they...
I mean, the big question I have at this point is just, like, how many of the townsfolk are in on the crazy cultism? Because, I mean, I'm picking up some elements of, like, Innsmouth horror in this, and the entire town was firmly on board with that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Up to and including the narrator, who was literally not even from the town. Sort of.
He had heritage. Alright, time to enter madness again.
Been doing that a lot lately.
It is Call of Cthulhu, after all. See, he's the Joker, he just hasn't got the other part of his smile yet.
Oh, yeah, I didn't notice that scar. That's a pretty gnarly one.
Courtesy of Cat. Somebody's watching me approach the gates. That looks an awful lot like blood.
It does, doesn't it?
Could just be wet rust.
Yeah, I think
Well,
it's
here we are,
supposed
Hawkins
to be
Mansion.
rust, but there was a resemblance.
The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
I thought
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
I do have other questions, in fact.
He's clearly not doing any gardening.
You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, In a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around it, would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
I always have questions.
He seems really intent on getting you to go up there.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
You know, he might be the guy I saw in my dream who died shooting at the Eldritch cultist. Because he's got the badge and everything.
Could be.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
I get the feeling that this is where you're going to start running into some of the insanity horror stuff.
I hope so. Things have been pretty mild so far.
Except for that nightmare that you started out with, but I mean, these stories usually had a slow build up.
That is true. Are we stopping here for some reason?
Looks like there's grave markers. That's where they were buried, maybe?
It looks like somebody's been smashing flowers.
Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary? And steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. Poor kid.
I'm starting to wonder if this Silas is actually still around. He keeps mentioning how strong and thorough this guy is.
Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
Already done that. Doesn't seem to be anything else here
No,
aside
just
from
the-
that lamp.
Yeah, just the 3 graves and an ominous lamp. Though that one's burning yellow-orange like normal instead of the green. Just has green misty thing around it.
Well, then heading off towards the manor. Ah, the lighthouse.
Yeah, that was an odd angle of light it initially had. Yeah, this really has not been maintained.
Not really.
I'll have to find another entrance.
No, you don't say. It's too bad I haven't seen the outsider yet. I could have teleported up to that balcony.
Right? It's definitely getting some Dishonored vibes.
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! Whoa! You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Oh, you have a time limit here.
Yeah.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident. But Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
No one lives in the mansion, and you don't take care of it anymore. If you have a good reason to be here, I'm listening.
There's vermin. I keep an eye out.
Vermin.
Yeah, that's it. Vermin.
Right. This is what we're going to do. I go inside, and I promise that I'll hunt vermin. Okay with you?
I'm not sure.
If there's nothing else to fear, you can give me that key.
Right. Take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Pleasant fellow.
Right? Glad the officer came with us to help calm him down.
Yeah, this officer right here. The one that didn't do jack.
What now?
Pierce, shall we enter?
Oh yeah, now that you've been so much help.
Now that you finish your fun and games with Silas,
Hey,
we
no.
can perhaps inspect the mansion.
No.
You're right.
No.
Let's
it.
go.
Oh, I don't get any snarky remarks with him? Fine.
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Yeah, this time. Chapter 3, Hawkins Mansion. Pierce and Officer Bradley explored the gardens of Hawkins Mansion. The family lies in the graveyard of the property, guarded by Silas Winchester. The old caretaker, still faithful to his employers, keeps watch on the place, armed with his axe. Pierce and Bradley manage to calm him down and finally get hold of the key to the Hawkins Mansion. They enter the building, looking for the scene of the fire. I don't like the narrator of this because they say Pierce and Bradley. I don't remember there being an and Bradley in that particular scene. Maybe that happens if you don't manage the timer. That or you die.
I suspect death was an option in there. At least injury.
That might have had an impact on my destiny.
Yeah. Possibly. I mean, one was grab the axe, which I would have guessed is probably like a strength test. And
Yeah, I haven't really invested that much in strength, and I think I might have to start considering that. But
Yeah.
hey, talking's managed me good so far.
Okay.
Half the time. Time to enter more madness.
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
I would guess Silas, who keeps the door locked, except when he comes in.
well, vermin, you know.
Okay. You know, actually, this food is
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
The food looks oddly well preserved for...
Yeah, I was trying to determine like how that seemed to me.
This roast. What strange creature has flesh like this?
It does lack bones.
And it's kind of rubbery looking.
Yeah.
And there was a weird eye on it. Or at least it looked
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
Like, look at...
Yeah, the weird eye. That is actually reminiscent of cephalopod.
Yeah, reminiscent,
Although
but...
the eyes are in odd places for a normal cephalopod.
Yeah, and definitely not actually any known cephalopod.
Well, they are also cooked, so...
Yeah. I don't have much experience in cephalopod de cuisine.
And neither do I.
And I just totally butchered that half-assed French.
Yes, well...
I don't see much else. It's a really lackluster investigation scene.
It is.
Oh wait, there's...
I found somebody's broken dish.
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor.
Going to guess he was trying to escape with his dinner.
There does seem to be like a argument or a fight going on here.
Somebody wasn't eating their dinner.
Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Hey, we've had like several whole minutes without dropped frames.
That is amazing.
Hopefully it'll stay that way.
Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
I'm just gonna light my way in this fire scene with a lit lighter.
Yes.
I bet you that anything that lighter has phenomenal fuel capacity.
Barricaded from both sides.
Is it on both sides?
Oh no, that leads to a ballroom, it looks like.
Yeah, I was thinking kitchen maybe. Can you read that? There's like a note on that table. There's no icon, so I doubt you can. It just caught my eye.
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
It's definitely a fire room.
Alrighty, let's see here. Okay, there's one location, of course.
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? They had a fight. Why? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How?
Got shoved onto the table, looks like?
Possibly.
Did it stop at the time of the fire?
If it did, that puts it just past 10.
Yeah.
Or just at 10.
Just at 10 maybe? I think it's just at 10, but I couldn't swear to that.
Close enough to 10 that it gives us a distinct time, unless the clock was broken beforehand.
Did we see anything that mentioned like when like the police placed the fire or something like that? That's often used in these in like investigation stories where like a stopped clock gives a different time.
Let's see here. Clues.
It might have been back. Oh wait, go back. It says that the fire started in the dining room, and there was no fire in the dining room. Like, we're not in the dining room here. This is like a sitting room.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely...
Looks like there might be something. Yeah, there's the bottle there.
Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? Did someone escape the fire?
Naturally, this somebody was wearing no clothes.
Clearly.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't know if that meant you were done, but like that checked up, that checked off before you saw the person that escaped. So.
Oh, okay. Well then, my powers of observation are useful.
There's that little just to your left. You're right. That right there. Oh no, that was the smashed oil lamp. That's right. That's right. You already got that one.
Apparently, I can't just exit.
Oh, so you have to find it. Maybe follow him out. See, can you leave? No, so you're just stuck in this room. Looks like.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Check the fireplace. See if, like, maybe.
I'd already been over by the fire. Oh, here we go. There's the missing painting.
If the painting I found on the docks really came from here,
oh, that's probably
how
extra
come it
clue
didn't
markers.
burn?
Like extra clues.
Gotcha. You like? Oh, I see. Like optional, missable clues. That would make sense. So you got the ones that are required.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
Much of this evidence simply contradicts the investigation's findings.
Really? Tell me about it.
All right.
See, the time the fire doesn't match.
I was under the impression the fire started around midnight.
Yes, Silas banged on our door around 1 a.m. Poor devil ran so hard he was almost belching his lungs out.
This clock burned before 10 p.m.
That's impossible. What you imply? Silas never would have hurt the Hawkins family. Besides, Dr. Fuller confirmed the hour of death in his report. Your clock must have already have stopped.
Honestly, you don't find that suspicious?
That's troubling, I have to admit. But I trust Silas. And Dr. Fuller is an authoritative figure. The mainland folks are damned envious that he's here with us. A brilliant surgeon, and a friend of the family. I'm sure he took the matter to heart. So, excuse me if I value his opinion over yours.
So be it. Let's move on.
Yeah, Silas is clearly above board. Like, he's... Silas...
It would seem at least one person fled the crime scene.
What'd you say?
That mark on the door. Someone's hand slid down there. The left side has no mark. The door was open and that someone left.
For God's sake. I mean, if it's Charles or Sarah, they wouldn't have left their son.
They would rather die in the flames as a family instead of calling for help? I don't buy it.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, Silas, definitely an above-board character.
Well, I mean to say, like, as far as anything goes in a Lovecraftian story, like, he's probably, like, an investigator, quote-unquote, you know, as far as it goes, where he's trying to do what he can to stop or prevent stuff. The doctor that just got mentioned, I wouldn't put much faith on them.
I wouldn't trust her for a trust him further than Cat could throw him.
Yeah. This officer could go either way. Could just be an ignorant putz who doesn't understand what's going on, or he could be in on it and hoping to waylay you.
Yeah.
I can tell where young Simon was, but not his parents. Where were their bodies found?
I can't help you on that one. Charles and Sarah's bodies had already been carried away when I got here.
Without your authorization? By whom?
Marshall, Andrews, Chief West. We never deal with cases like that, you know. So... well...
I found a bottle of whiskey. Empty.
Well, that must have been a loss for you.
No glass.
Rude.
I suspect one of them drank heavily to calm down. Charles, most probably.
That's pretty thin. Who says that bottle hadn't been there for a while?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I mean, it's pretty clear that they had a fight. Crime of passion I could see, but you don't really have much beyond a guess on that one. And arson, there's nothing that's pointing to the fire being deliberate specifically.
Yeah. I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
Well, let's see where this goes.
I suspect things are going to be disturbed.
There's a door there. There's probably more doors down that way.
I mean...
this door is locked.
Okay. And no keyhole, so that's one of those locks from the other side only.
Yeah.
Oh, a thunderstorm.
Required.
Perfect for setting the mood.
You know, it's in the union contracts. Thunderstorm has to start during the investigation.
I usually thought the thunderstorm started at the beginning of the investigation or just prior. History of medicine in the
18th century.
18th century, so 1700s. This collection of medical knowledge and health practices in the 18th century actually only covers the so-called civilized countries. It does not deal with the influence of holistic medicines or medicines from continents considered inferior, which, as we know of Lovecraft, was everything that wasn't white, but...
Right. Hey, you got some medicine progress.
Find it interesting that when lightning flashes, it gets darker in the room.
Right.
Inverse lightning. Nothing on the shelves except a lot of books that don't mean anything. Another fun-burning set of...
Alright. There was something down that hallway.
Yes.
Looked like a torch.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
They put a horror story in a horror story.
Well, you know.
Ah, vermin.
Oh, I guess it was him walking around that I saw.
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale.
Fitting for this scenario.
Yeah.
Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
Isn't that what I just said?
Yeah. No salt in that statement at all.
Now my question is where can I start finding the occult books?
Right?
The Human Body, a comparative analysis. A precise and very detailed treatise on the particularities of the human body compared to the animal world. The simplicity of its writing and the vulgarization of its vocabulary make it accessible to the profane. Normal schmucks like us, I suppose.
Well, you did just gain more medicine skills, so I guess so. Yeah, there's a lot of books that are not, like, properly stored.
Yeah, well...
I'm not certain how much they're relying on environmental storytelling in this. But that tells me somebody was trying to figure something out. Could be, I suppose it could just be, you know, half-assed care of your library, but...
Well, they couldn't afford care, that's for certain. At least due to the tab we saw.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, $68 back in the day was quite hefty.
Darkwater history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies.
A successful secession from the New England colonies.
Well, I mean, we don't have any information on if Darkwater is legally part of the states at this point.
Sure.
Probably,
A
I would
book on
imagine it
hunting
is.
whales, the island's staple diet last century.
I would guess it is now, given the fact that, you know, it didn't go into the fact that I needed a passport to get here.
Yeah.
Oh, this is,
There's something disturbing about this painting.
But not about the skull in front of it.
No, of course not. Or the creepy bust.
Well, most
There's
busts
something
are
disturbing
pretty
about this painting.
disturbing anyway.
"20,000 Leagues Under the Sea." Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
And looks like there's more clues in here because you have that checking indicator again. So yeah, we're definitely dealing with
A crowbar found in Hawkins Manor. It probably belongs to the caretaker Silas. Given his love for
A crowbar
hardware.
could prove useful.
I wonder if you can crowbar that door downstairs that was locked.
I imagine the police fellow would be very upset with me if I did that just yet.
I imagine you probably don't care if push comes to shove.
Yes, well, if push comes to shove, I probably should have acquired the axe. Ah, one of... Let's see here. Nothing further upstairs in this area. A teacup.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Dear sir, as you know, I have always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Last week, she again terrified my clientele. I know that she means you no harm, but you should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems able to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to recur, believe me that, although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Respectfully yours, Anton Wellard. Don't think I've met a Wellard yet.
No, doesn't sound familiar. So we have the doctor, we have this Anton. Did you fully look around the room down there?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if you ran off when I mentioned that I saw the lantern in the other room. A lot of letters and notes just scattered everywhere. So I was curious about like how much of this is environmental storytelling and how much of this is just
locked.
Ambiance.
Why is there scratches? There are scratches there. There were scratches.
The icon on the door handle changed. I guess when
locked.
It had a lantern-looking icon when you were further away from it. So.
This is the child's bedroom.
This is not at all creepily ominous, especially with that little musical chime as you walk in.
The boys' room.
Fort's built.
With books? Well, they certainly have plenty of those.
I know.
Alrighty, let's begin.
A child's fort. What threat was Simon protecting his world?
This is a small room for a mansion.
Tom Sawyer, Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed.
It looks like he's having nightmares.
It's too bad I can't actually, like, interact with that, because that definitely would be a point I should notice.
Yeah, I think you can't. I suspect you'll be able to. Because, like, the medicine...
Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family?
Yeah, see, now you can look at those. Because the medicine didn't show up until you looked at the book on the bed.
What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
apparently the reconstruction took all of his photos and put them on the wall.
What was going through that boy's mind?
Oh, and there's a dead soldier in there.
Yeah.
Boarded up windows.
What will her room reveal about her?
Are you able to enter reconstruction mode here with that little icon flashing, or?
Nope.
Okay.
That just means that there's something nearby.
Oh,
that
I think you just passed the little end table to your right.
Ah.
Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
Huh.
This padlock is too complicated for me.
Why is there a padlock on what I would presume to be
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
a restroom, or?
It might be a closet or another.
Yeah. Either way, the padlock's on the outside, which is unusual for a side chamber like that is.
They probably lead. Well, I mean, if that was Sarah's room, that might mean that this is either her painting room or it was Charles's room.
That could be.
And this door is firmly locked as well.
This door is locked.
Need to find some keys.
Well, that one didn't have a keyhole.
Those scrape marks all over the canvases and.
Huh. Handy that. I need to find some keys, you say. Oh, that opens this door.
Oh, well, hi.
More scratch marks.
You know...
Occult circle. We're just gonna ignore that.
And there's that padlocked door.
The door is blocked on the other side.
Yep.
You know, most painters I'm familiar with don't paint in the middle of occult circles.
Well,
despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other.
fate brought us together, and forever it will bind us. I don't know, Pierce. That may not refer to their marriage.
Right.
Thank you.
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
$230, $170, $200, $230, $350. Wow.
The Shambler. That's the only one that has a title. And that was a gift. There's a lot of FS.
FS. Who?
For exhibition purposes. And those are expensive paintings.
Yeah.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why.
Well, now we know what FS was.
Yeah. And I'm curious that it has a, that's the only one that has a title. Because all the others were just painting.
Yes.
Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
My very dear Sarah, ever since you left to bury yourself away on that lost island, your art has been attracting increasing numbers of collectors. I beg you to send me some new paintings. The last ones, so somber and strange, moving as no other paintings have been, are selling at a premium price. Your percentage of these most recent sales is attached. Do not forget your friend who was the first to recognize your genius and display it to the world. Affectionately yours, Maximilian L.
And a even more disturbing bust.
Yeah. Not sure if that's wallpaper hanging off of it or if it was just made that way.
I think it's it may have melted. It
may
could have been made that way.
wax.
It definitely looks melted.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve?
It saved the game just then. That does not fill me with confidence.
Well, you got absolutely nothing thanks to your 0 occult skill. So, hopefully that wasn't important to be aware of.
If the creature is not yet anchored in our dimension, an expulsion ritual might work, as long as the person performing it makes sure that he integrates the elder sign among the glyphs that make up the ceremonial circle. Be careful, though, because the works that describe the creation of such circles are not all of proven reliability.
So, fun fact, at a quick glance, go back there for a second. I do not see the elder sign in that circle.
You are correct. There are no elder signs in that circle.
I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Bradley? Is that you?
That hallway just got much bright. Oh, the door's open.
Is anyone there?
Not going to question why there's a lit lamp just sitting there.
Well, I mean, The officer was carrying one.
Yeah, I mean, it could be the
Why
same one.
he put it down, I wouldn't know.
I mean, you are a private investigator in a Lovecraftian story. Like, it's not going to go well. Oh, that's...
That's Edward Pierce.
It is, in fact.
You! Stop!
Can you move any slower in this chase?
I don't even know how to run.
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
Why is there a lamp on that? Oh, that's my lamp meter.
Oh,
I saw
yeah.
flame tick down.
I'll cover you.
Apparently the lighter...
Just has infinite... Like I said, I bet you that lighter has surprising capacity for its fuel source.
This door was closed earlier. Where did he go?
Must have got out some way.
No, he was here. I'm sure. Let's search this room.
Would you stop moving away when I'm trying to click on you?
Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater shore for years. Maybe he kept them for sentimental reasons.
It looks like an old seaway map.
Somebody has added coordinates to this old seaway map. They make up a journey.
All over the Atlantic. That's... A lot of stops. Although, I think... Actually, if I would... Not that I know anything about reading Mariner's maps, but if I had to guess, I would say the ones going across the ocean are probably the original trade routes. And then this little circle in the corner looks more handwritten in, going from like Darkshore down to...
Well, let's see here. The solid red lines are the Scylla, because you've got the legend up there in the top left. You've got the
I didn't see
Prodigal,
that.
which is the one with the dots.
I did not see that at all. So no, those are just different trade routes.
Yeah, you've got the Orpheus, and then you've got the Saint Claudine.
So what were the coordinates that were added?
Those must be the coordinates that are added.
Oh, could be. More medication, it looks like. Oh, no, that's oil. Okay.
Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. Probably another friend of Hawkins. It looks like a freehand map of Darkwater. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism. With this, I should be able to force the gears.
Well done, Pierce.
There is still something else for me to find in here, though.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like this came from a log.
Let's see here. Oh, I wonder if we could actually use these coordinates to look at the ones.
Oh, on the map?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see here.
So we've got
Monday, 24th, May 1847, 42 north, 70 west, Darkwater Island. We sailed north all morning. Captain Hamilton is confident. He says that we'll beat the Orpheus this season. May God be merciful. Sunday, 30th, May 1847, 47 north, 55 west. I preferred it when the whales disappeared without trace. With these carcasses, we can no longer ignore their sad fate. What is eating these huge beasts? I told Hamilton that it was a bad omen. He doesn't care. Tuesday, 1st, June 1847, 49 north, 61 west. We dropped anchor near a village. The inhabitants say that the waters are red with the blood of the sacred beasts, and to follow them is to defy the gods. I told them that I only feared God Almighty, but in the loneliness of the hold, I'm scared. Friday, 4th, June 1847, 57 north, 51 west. We have sighted a huge whale in the distance. Its size seems to be beyond anything known to man. It sends out an infernal song. Hamilton wants it. Wednesday, 23rd, June 1847, 33 north, 53 west. We've caught it! It's the most grotesque whale I've ever laid eyes on. It will go into memory as the biggest catch ever. Many have died, but we have gained glory. This day will be celebrated for years to come. Tuesday, 29th, June 1847, Darkwater. We have beaten the Orpheus, returned with empty holds. The Scylla and Hamilton are only memories.
There must be a link with the sea. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log. They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign
These
trips.
were not Celtic runes. These were Nordic runes. Thank you very much.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
That's... You're still... maybe
Charles
talking to him?
Hawkins was a sort of traveler, right?
More like an adventurer, I guess. He left for months, exploring remote places and abandoned temples.
That's it? That's all you have to say?
Keep talking to him. Maybe he just has a set of things that he'll...
Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater shore for years. Maybe he kept them for sentimental reasons.
Charles Hawkins was a sort of traveler,
right?
More
Did
like
you look at the bookcase over there?
an adventurer, I guess. He left for
Pretty
months,
certain.
exploring remote places and abandoned temples.
Or the...
Ah, there's the green.
Why are these letters here, and not with Sarah Hawkins' belongings?
Letters have been opened, but visibly have not left Charles Hawkins' offices. They are tied together by carefully knotted braid. Why did Hawkins intercept his wife's mail? There you go. There's your check mark.
Keep doing that.
Yeah, it seems a little bit odd. The way they have that interface set up. I am curious because I kept thinking. So for a while, I thought Charles was the one that was into the occult stuff with his travels and coming across weird things. But some of this seems, obviously that circle in her painting room implies she was, and maybe he was trying to control that. I don't know. I could still see it going a few different ways.
Tunnels under the Hawkins mansion. Inside the Hawkins mansion, the scene of the fire revealed its secrets. Pierce and Officer Bradley, now on the trail of a survivor, had undertaken to search the place, looking for proof. When a hooded man leaped into Sarah Hawkins's workshop to steal a painting, detective and police officer set off after him. By following him to the office of Charles Hawkins, they discovered a secret passage. Pierce and Bradley enter the tunnel under the mansion. Oh, hey, this is probably where I saw all of those fish guts and the sharks.
Oh, could be, yeah.
Time to enter the madness.
Secret passage under the manor. It's like a detective novel.
Getting a bit meta there,
Guy
Bradley.
must have already gotten far.
Yeah. And he had a direct means of entry to the crime scene. We must find him.
What is this place? It's more than just a tunnel.
Yeah.
Look. Someone's been here recently.
Three seats. Did Charles Hawkins use this place? Who were the others?
Maybe his friends from the painting. Or the picture, I suppose.
Whatever Charles Hawkins hid here, he didn't want it in his house. The bearer of the mask must have been the leader. What kind of secret society is this?
I've gotten myself locked in.
Maybe behind the wall, behind the guy, there seemed to be like a... Okay, maybe not. I thought I saw that light up. I'm surprised you can't look at that, like, investigate that statue there. Can you look under the table, maybe? Anywhere?
Nope. Let's see. And it won't let me investigate the book.
Yeah, which was what I would have guessed.
This piece of cloth is unmistakably from a dress. Was Sarah Hawkins here?
Oh. She discovered that her husband was into the occult.
So maybe he started it and then she went like off the deep end. Can you open that chest now?
This symbol. What does it mean?
You can rotate.
It looks like they kept trying to draw a symbol,
Yeah.
and the one in the middle is the one that actually made them the most happy.
So are you manually doing your light sources, like the lighter coming in and out, or is that automatic?
That's automatic.
Okay.
Oh, but I can bring them out with the triangle button. I'll remember that for future reference.
I just noticed like some of these were some of the like places where it came, popped in and out seemed odd. So
Yeah.
that's looking remarkably familiar.
Yeah.
Pierce, where you going? I can't keep up with you in this darkness.
Are you scared? I want to see how far these steps go.
Who's talking about being scared? I'll wait for you by the door.
It's like collapse.
There's a. That didn't sound good. And now you're stuck.
I'm sure I'll be able to get back through.
Some kind of dream catcher. If I touch it, it'll turn to dust.
Okay.
Now I'm wishing you checked that door. I bet it was locked, but
These paintings must be several centuries old.
it's a odd statue there.
These people lying down. Are they dead? Are they asleep?
Is there really a difference when we're talking in this situation?
There might be.
I'm surprised there's no comment on that statue.
These buildings seem to have come out of the water.
That looked like maybe a iteration of the Elder Sign back there.
Mm-hmm.
There you are again.
Well done, Pierce. And it looks like you found our fugitive. This door is securely shut. I'll look for another passage.
It's an underground cave. We can advance this side.
Yeah, I can see that. Please excuse me, but given your condition, I'll stick to my idea. I'm not cut out for this kind of acrobatics.
All right. Look for another entrance. I'll try to catch up with our man.
Yeah, I guess that's secure.
Yep, it's like it. I still can't tell if Pierce is gonna die horribly or if he's in on it. Or Bradley, not Pierce. You're Pierce.
Time has weakened these structures.
There's a very good chance Pierce is gonna die horribly.
If my dream had anything to say about it, he died pretty horribly.
I don't have time to search them all.
Couldn't even search one.
I don't have time to search them all.
Might have to come back and check those later. Green, blue flame. That's normal, right?
Yes, perfectly.
What's going on here?
Pierce!
Keep your voice down. We're not alone.
Good God. What have you got me into?
We'll see. I'll go on. Try to go down on your side.
Yeah, there's a passage. I'll meet you at the bottom.
It was awfully quick of him to have found another path.
Yeah.
Roy, leave the cords alone. Cats have a fondness for cables.
Yes, well.
Now, is this cavern now officially the one that you woke up in that dream, or I can't tell from the angle.
I don't know. Oh, this looks vaguely familiar.
I mean, I don't see piles of eviscerated sea life yet.
That is true. But there's a picture of...
There's the painting that he stole of us. And that looks like...
mass grave.
What might possibly lead to waking up in the midst of eviscerated sea life.
Well, there's already some eviscerated sea life up here. There's the shadow behind you.
Yep, I was going to say that was... Hopefully we'll get another chance to investigate those other altars.
I got it.
Oh, I can't breathe. What's happening?
Leave the place as fast as you can.
No, damn it! I must find a way out of here.
Let's see here. If I recall properly,
There's a little crouchy area off to the side.
yeah, but I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, this is slightly different, but still, like, definitely your dream.
Is it my turn?
Yes. It is time. You will soon be one of us, if your body and mind are ready.
I dream of it every night. I have constant visions. I am ready.
Good enough. Prove it to us.
It's like in my dream. The pre-Columbian tribal dagger. Probably destined for scarification rituals.
Because naturally, the only thing pre-Columbian native daggers is good for is scarification.
I can't read Latin.
Well, that's helpful. Hopefully you get a chance to learn Latin.
Right?
I suspect that book would be important.
This will be important later. That one's locked, just like in the dream. Here's
Yep.
where we go underneath.
You should pull out a light and see if there's anything. Because there's those bolt cutters in your dream.
Yes, but there were also chains on those doors.
Yeah, so I'm just curious if there's anything of note. Boat.
Are those explosives? No, those are just boxes.
Yeah, I don't know what that symbol is supposed to be implying. The red sort of implies explosives in video game language, but I don't know about the... I don't know. It's a lot of haphazard explosives if it's supposed to be dynamite.
Looks like foundation, or at least...
I think that's natural.
Maybe.
You who sleeps, accept this dream under your immortal wing.
Ya Cthulhu Nithsiha Fitag.
Grant him your flesh and accept his, so that his body and yours may be one.
Yibithink Hupadk Cthulhu Bithinkor.
Grant him your mind and accept his, so that his mind and yours may be one.
Yeloig Hupadk Cthulhu Loigna.
Grant him your dreams and accept his, so that the paths of your souls finally intertwine.
Yor El Cthulhu Kashag.
Let his soul guide you to us, just as your dreams guided it to you.
Yor El Cthulhu Bogshug.
Let your dreamers open the way, so that the day finally comes when you will awake.
La Cthulhu Nafal Fatag. I feel him.
You are gifted indeed. Not another word. Let him pass through every part of you.
All you who sleep, we pray for your return into the kingdom of the earth. Call of Cthulhu.
You might want to try and sneak your way out of here. This is definitely from your dream.
Yeah.
Minus the monster in the water, at least for the moment.
Bring me more sacred flesh.
Okay, there's some person not laying down.
Yeah. And some writing, it looks like.
Yeah. Quite possibly an elevator.
Yeah, it looks like an elevator, but I don't see.
It stops up there, so I have to find a way up.
Yeah.
Up is distinctly difficult to make my way to.
At least, especially with cultists doing this.
We are ready for the ceremony. What about your protege?
His awakening is complete. He will join you shortly.
A way out.
Is it really a way out, or is it just further into trouble?
Tomato, tomato.
Bradley, what are you doing here? I saw two odd-looking guys coming down. Seemed up to no good. What in the world is this?
An intruder!
Oh, shit!
Don't move! Police! Don't move!
He's... This isn't going to go well for Bradley.
I won't hesitate.
Bradley, get back!
Shoot.
Get back!
You asked for it!
Charles, you shouldn't have seen this.
Caving in. I need to get out of here.
Now you can fucking run.
Yeah.
Not seems like a skill that might have served you well, a few times in this playthrough.
My leg!
Crushed cultist.
Charles did not seem overly concerned about collateral damage, so...
Yes, well.
Another crushed cultist.
Light! At last.
Not always a good thing. Chapter 5, Riverside Institute. Pierce and Officer Bradley followed the intruder to the secret meeting place of a cult set in a network of underground caves right under the Hawkins Manor. They witnessed a strange ceremony led by a Charles Hawkins, very much alive. Bradley tried to arrest him, but Hawkins, whose body displayed various mutations, disemboweled the police officer. As he tried to escape from him, Pierce found himself prisoner of a rockfall. Rushed to the Riverside Institute, he is in a critical state.
Curious who's going to have found us.
Well, I mean, Silas is on them.
That's true. And I mean, he was protecting keeping the house locked up due to vermin.
Mm-hmm. Strangely enough, the rockfall seems to have cleared out a number of them.
Would appear to be the case.
Let us continue in madness. This must be where we get to meet Dr. Fuller.
Yup.
Now we know the man with glasses.
Yep.
He's having a seizure.
He seems totally trustworthy.
Strong subject.
He's opening his eyes.
Saved him, Fuller.
I can't get up.
Don't move, Pierce. You can certainly say that you gave us a scare.
What did you do to me? Undo these straps!
Whoa! Go easy, my friend.
You were dead. He killed you.
Are you sure he's better?
He was dead. Me too, we were dead! What are you doing?
I'm sorry, my friend.
What? No! What happened to me? Where am I?
This would be the asylum.
And we appear to be drugged up still.
Yeah, that's because they,
Sanders, you have to come with us.
Francis Sanders.
No choice, Sanders, and neither do we.
I don't want him to find me.
That seems like somebody you might want to talk to, considering that he was getting all those paintings.
yeah. Oh, that's the sleep button. Oh. There's a number of elder signs in there.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if that was Francis's cell.
Yeah. That's where the doctor was taking somebody out.
I didn't see through the window. That was weird. You seem a tad loopy still.
Yeah.
That camera wobble.
Well, I mean, my leg was also badly injured.
That's true.
Lack of light source.
They tracked and hunted me, pursued me right into their dreams. They scrawled all over their maps in the wake of my lonely wanderings.
Oh. Do I get to talk to the Leviathan, or do I just get to hear the Leviathan?
I think you just get to hear. Starting to feel more vision-like than...
Yeah, this is definitely a vision.
No sea is dark enough to hide the color of my blood. No wind strong enough to scatter my dreams.
I'm curious if this game is going to end up having, like, combat.
When the last of them rises up, you will choose. I will not be here to bear witness to it, because you will have released me.
Maybe. And maybe
But
not.
the earth will resound to your cries, or theirs.
Yeah, like, I don't know if this is, like, combat game or just exploration and investigation. I'd expect both.
You there. Wake up. Come on, stand up. We don't have much time. Can you stand up?
Who are you?
A friend of Ethan Bradley. It was he who told me that you had been interned here.
Wait. Bradley is really alive? I don't understand. You filled me so full of drugs I can't distinguish dream from reality.
Please believe that I have nothing to do with these disgraceful treatments. Look, I don't have time to explain everything. I'm not really supposed to be here. And the same goes for you, according to Ethan. You must leave as soon as possible, and as unobtrusively as possible. I've brought you your clothes. Let me go ahead. We'll meet upstairs.
Wait a minute.
That's a stealth game. Okay.
What's going on here? What do they do to the patients to make them so terrified?
I would really like to know. I only see them when they are brought up for medical treatment, for problems they didn't have before going downstairs. But this is neither the time nor the place to talk about that. We must not stay here. There are 2 men standing guard near the stairs. It's the only way to the floor above. I shall try to distract them, and get at least one to come with me. All you need to do is to follow me as soon as the way is free.
Understood.
The animation is a little awkward, especially coming from been playing God of War recently, and they did full performance capture on that, so it's incredibly realistic.
What does this mean?
So the kind of floppy arms on some of this is amusing to watch.
What did they inject him with?
Obviously not enough medicine for that.
Am I in an asylum?
What gave you your first clue there, Pierce?
Why the strange symbol repeated over and over?
I don't know what kind of ultimate replay value this game would have, but it could be interesting to go through with, like, cranking up your occultism right at the start, and maybe having some understanding of this.
What did he write about the painting? Sarah.
Resourceful fellow to write that thoroughly on a wall that, or on a ceiling that high above his reach.
Yeah.
It's like, this room's a good 12 or 13 feet tall by the scale.
Let's see here. Well, if we assume that this man is an average height of like 5 foot, 11, 6 foot, yeah, that's about 12 feet tall, give or take.
Under the bed, maybe?
On the edge of the under the bed.
Sarah Hawkins is on this list of authorized visitors.
I think that's probably the way to leave. Yeah, this is a dead end. Oh, that's
locked.
And that looked like an electric chair, or
yeah, well, it's got blood all over
it,
so...
Or at the very least, a restraining chair for unpleasant and inhuman experimentations.
Yeah.
somebody in that one.
Also locked.
Well, I mean, I would assume they would be locked.
And that person doesn't.
If I don't get out of here, I'll end up like him.
Yeah, death really isn't the worst fate you could suffer.
Poor wretch.
In a Cthulhu story. How appealing.
I would like to say that I'm surprised to see you, but we all know that your curiosity will be your ruin.
I don't understand. These people need care. You keep them in this terrible place as if...
Go back upstairs where your patients are waiting for you to treat them. As for you, gentlemen, do not disappoint me anymore. No one enters or leaves.
Yes, Doctor.
Ah, here we go.
Damn it. I'll have to find a way of getting rid of those two myself.
Now we're getting into some like actual combat mechanics.
Or at least stealth.
Yeah, definitely stealth right now, but like... I suspect there will be murdering at some point.
The machine is working again, but the control wheels haven't been put back on.
I was just going to the storage room. I can bring them to you.
No, Dr. Fuller doesn't want us touching the pressure valves.
As you want. I'm gonna see if there's sleeping pills left. They've run out again upstairs.
Put a few aside for me, will you? Above all, leave the wheels where they are.
So you've played a few stealth games.
Yes.
The lean camera mechanic has always entertained me because, like, I understand mechanically like what they're doing. They're you lean out so you can see what's going on
Good
without
God.
being detective.
What could this machine be used for?
However, they often, I've noticed, like, over lean the camera so that you can get a clear view of that, of the area. But if you actually like really consider what you would have to do to lean your head to get that view, you're halfway out of your hiding place. Medical record of Francis Sanders. According to his record, the patient seems to be suffering from psychosis. He gouged his own eyes out in an attack of delirium.
Huh.
This Francis Sanders seems to have been going through a bit of a rough spot.
Just a bit.
But yeah, stealth mechanics have always been amusing in some...
This is a dissection.
Is there a connection between this corpse and the machine?
And of course it's 1920s, so we're careful to preserve the modesty of...
The corpse is complete. Whose are these limbs?
Sanitation seems to be a low priority as well.
What is this green glowing amalgamation of stuff?
Yeah. I'm sure it's fine.
It's whale blood.
Well, I mean, it's the wrong color for whale blood if this is the same world as Dishonored. Because that was like a blue glowy look.
True.
Were you able to open that door? Or are you just still exploring?
I'm still exploring for the moment. I kind of want to understand what I've got in here.
Yeah. Be thorough in your investigations as you are supposed to be getting your way out of here quickly.
Yes.
Vats of rotten flesh? An elaborate electrical system? Like a dumb pulp novel.
Apparently he did not like the works of Mary Shelley.
Well, I don't know that I'd call Mary Shelley a pulp novel.
He might, though.
Yeah, he might.
This machine seems to consume a great deal of electricity. What will happen if I increase the current to the limit?
There was you still had a thing you could find in the cage, I think. Yeah.
Do the cops know what's going on?
Bloodstained badge belongs to a Darkwater police officer. What is he doing in the cellars of the River Institute?
Badge 17. I wish I had paid more attention to the badge number on
Oh,
Bradley.
on Bradley's? Yeah, I didn't even think to check. Well, he's apparently still around, so... And that's one of those, like, cephalopod things that they were eating, it looked like?
Maybe not a whale.
What's the connection between this meat and the electrical installation?
Can you investigate the other one?
Nope.
Seems to be another hunk of it, the same stuff, though.
Yes.
There's a lever over here.
It's an ammeter. I didn't expect to see one on this little rock.
Always need to have dramatic levers in...
Have I activated anything?
These games.
That's changed that there.
Yeah. I mean, you have to create a diversion, so
I can
possibly
still increase the load.
shoving all of these things up to...
Can't interact with that.
No. I suspect you have to sneak your way around and find 4 ominous levers to... Oh, it's a hiding place. Interesting. And...
That's claustrophobia right there.
Yeah. Do you have any more... Check your sanity page. See if there's anything new on it.
That is not the sanity page.
You, in fact, do have... Your sanity's dropped. You're still stable, but the ritual...
In the tunnels under the Hawkins mansion, Pierce witnessed the disemboweling of Officer Bradley by a man with a monstrous appearance. The men in gowns and their rituals had not succeeded in affecting the veteran. However, the brutal death of Bradley, the discovery of his identity of his killer, whom he recognized as the dead Charles Hawkins, as well as the latter's superhuman strength, managed to strike fear into him. Pierce still does not know if he should believe what he saw. He may even put these visions of horror to the shock caused by the death of Bradley, or he may put it down to a lack of oxygen provoked by the rockfall. Oh, and I've got nightmares.
Yeah, which you started with.
Yes. Still stable.
Yeah. But you have dropped. You're not... You're as full as you were at the start.
Yes.
So... I can only imagine there's got to be a way to restore your sanity, but at what cost?
I may need...
Spot hidden, I'm sure.
Has helped me, actually.
I bet that's what keeps pointing out that there's stuff you're missing.
Probably.
I wonder if it's a scaling thing where, like, you can't find some of those things. Like, there's things on some of these scenes you could have found if you had a better spot hidden. What does it say for Charles now? Because
Charles Hawkins is alive. Despite its crude and deformed appearance, this thing looked like Hawkins. He attacked Bradley after he recognized him. What could have happened to Charles on the night of the fire? I've never seen a Major Burns victim in such a state. Something's not right.
the eyes and tentacles didn't. It's the burns that you have a problem with here.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm curious. I don't know. Like, I don't think this is the exact story of the, like, actual Call of Cthulhu short story that Lovecraft wrote.
No, because that happened in, what was it, Louisiana?
Was it Louisiana? I thought...
It was down in the south in the swamps where they found some cultists. Actually, the Call of Cthulhu happened all over the place. It went from spot to spot. It actually talked about sailors who had gone out and actually found Cthulhu and outran him, but except, like, I think one person was the only one to survive the shipwreck. And you...
Because I thought most of what Lovecraft wrote was set in New England pretty exclusively.
There were some southern
Were there?
things.
Okay.
At least I could swear.
I'd have to look it up because I don't remember clearly enough.
You there, come here. I don't know what you're doing there, but you don't seem to be friends with the nurses. I can help you. Help me, and I'll owe you one.
What do you want?
Sleep. That's all.
Sleep? You don't want to leave?
No. Have you seen the storm that's brewing? I'm fine here. Except for one problem.
You want sleeping pills, right?
Yeah, and in exchange I can make noise. Lots of noise.
You'll draw the guards to your cell to allow me to escape.
So, you in? Find something to make me sleep, and I'll take care of the guards for you.
I'll find you some pills.
Go look in the storage room. There must be sleeping pills there.
I've already got some sleeping pills.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd go with the first option that it hands you, though. Not that I'm sure any of the solutions are going to be especially good in the long run. Yeah, see, you either, like, really can't see anything because of the air, the ooh, hi. The layout of the game architecture, or you would be sticking your entire torso out around the corner to see that angle. But you're still hidden. Yay, video games.
Exactly what I need.
I don't know what you're supposed to be looking at. Oh, keys. Okay.
Locked.
Of course.
Yes, the keys I need to unlock the door are on the other side of the door that I need to unlock.
They're probably for another door. I think you probably have to go through the kitchen in order to get those.
Yeah.
Like, I'll bet storage is locked. But it looks like you can lockpick it. Or attempt to.
This padlock is too complicated for me.
Oh, high voltage. Bet there's another toggle you can switch. Or no, it's another hiding spot.
Appears to be a leak in the gas.
I don't know that I would really trust food prepared in this kitchen. Seems sketchy.
Just a tad. Love the heartbeat that goes along with this.
Oh, is there one?
There is one. And the heartbeat is starting to get faster. Go away, sir. I kind of want to get out of here now.
I bet you're building up a background, like claustrophobia. Trait on your sanity page. I suspect you can get out through there now. Yeah.
As always, leave the doors as you find them, closed
Yep.
or open.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
You had the key to the maintenance room.
Ah.
Is what it said. Which, I don't know if you found the maintenance room per se.
The green gas leaves from here, and it runs through the whole building.
Pool o' sludge.
No, that's just gas rising from the vents.
No, on the other.
Oh.
Look over.
Green goo.
Yeah. There was a note on the wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna... Note to staff. Last week's incident caused significant damage to the infrastructure, putting a stop to current experiments. This is unacceptable. From now on, the wheels to operate the gas stopcocks must be kept in the storage room after each use. Moreover, you must keep the register of use up to date. Dr. Fuller.
This valve controls the pressure.
Dr. Fuller, I've repaired your machine as best I can. However, the piping has been damaged and I fear that gas is escaping. I cannot do any more in such a short time. All I can do is to warn you. If the equipment is put under too much pressure, there is a risk of explosion.
How nice of the Allen mechanic to point that out as an option.
The duct.
So it looks like there's a number of different ways you can get out of here or cause a distraction.
That pressure is... So let's put this pressure back.
The control wheel is missing.
The last control wheel. Also in the maintenance room.
Yeah.
Or in the storage room.
This padlock is too complicated for me.
70% does not seem to be doing me so many favors.
There's probably a difficulty modifier attached to things. Like picking a door lock is probably easier than picking a padlock.
True.
That would be my guess as to how the game is determining that. Oh, there's another switch thing.
It's done. Now for the others.
Time-honored trope of crawling through ducts because that absolutely works in real life. Building up that claustrophobia, it would appear.
There's those bolt
This
cutters.
lever must turn on the gas machine.
And I'm definitely going
The control wheel is missing.
So there were four pressure valves. And there were 4 electrical things. And then you've got the
No, don't.
the inmate who was willing to create a distraction, so
Yep. Wonder if it'll affect my destiny if I use all of them at once.
I'm sure it will. You may not have enough time to, depending on... I don't know how this environment is going to react once you trigger one.
guards I need to get by. Over here.
So there was one at the end of that hallway.
The end of this one, yeah.
And then there's one well, I meant the one you were facing down. He was just around that corner, leaning against the wall.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then there's one that was patrolling down that side hallway. And then
There's the machine.
have you been in this door?
Not. It sounds like somebody's...
There's a sign up above. To your left. Block A.
That's right, that's the door I came out of when I discovered...
Oh, is it?
Yes, because those are the...
Oh, okay, yeah, I see. You're right. Okay. What's over there? And can you go through those doors?
Probably can. I just want to make sure I'm maneuvering away from the sight of...
Fair point. Another thing to hide in.
This was the one with the...
Oh, that's the storage room that you just came out of. Okay. Or not storage room, the electrical room.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like our frames and upload and everything has been not perfect, but not significantly problematic in a while, so hopefully it hasn't been too unwatchable for people, or too difficult to watch for people.
I hope so.
Pharmacy? Is that what it? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's a guard. Oh, you are so lucky that's the way that patroller went.
Where do they keep their sleeping pills? Scopolamine, morphine, opium? Nothing but common drugs.
Oh yes, those don't make anybody sleep at all.
Says something when opium is just a common drug.
It's 1920. Oh shoot.
Do you have a, is there a claustrophobia device in here?
There is in fact right there. Fortunately, he seems to patrol in a nice, easy pattern.
Yeah. Sleeping pills.
My new friend's sleeping pills.
My new friend's sleeping pills. History of medicine in the 19th century. The colossal work of an aristocrat from a long generation of physicians resulted in this encyclopedic work on medicine of the past century. More complete than older works, it sometimes mentions in detail certain methods from Asia and Africa.
How nice of them. And you've got some hidden stuff in here.
Mm-hmm.
But a nurse who will make that a little more challenging to find. Because I would guess it's probably right in his patrol path.
Oh, very likely.
It's a little bit tricky to tell, though, because they use like the green color as the indicator, but they also have a lot of green ambient lighting and some green, like, wispy particle effects that hang out. So it's like, is this environmental, or is this actually what you're looking for?
With these chains on your wrist, you can't escape.
That looks like a switch. It's awfully generous of the light from his lantern to like shine through the shelves there.
Yeah.
The door is blocked on the other side.
Oh, it's a door. Okay. I wonder if it's not on the shelves. There's that catwalk thing up above. Oh no, that's just piping. Okay. So it's probably like tucked on a shelf somewhere.
There is something somewhere around here that is supposed to be...
Yeah, I don't know.
It won't let me pick up the hammers or any of these little wheels.
Yeah.
Although they're definitely not strong enough to do the...
Yeah, no, those pipe pressure valves are probably pretty stiff.
Those implements look lovely.
Yeah. I wonder, like... Okay, so there's that coat there. Might be something in the pocket there. There might be something like up on the top of one of those shelves somehow. Usually these are pretty small, but once you get the camera on them, you can actually see the indicator.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. Oh no, that's
That was just glow.
Yeah, it was just a lighting glow. The only other thing I can think of, but no, I was gonna say maybe the nurse is carrying something that you can sneak up on and observe, but you didn't have the hidden indicator in the other room with them, so it's got to be something in here. Maybe go around behind that gurney, or that table. Oh, there we go. Yep.
I could use this control wheel to turn the valve I saw.
Somebody was not putting the, following the instructions that they were given on.
Well, I mean,
I mean, are you trying to say that they are not consummate professionals in this asylum?
I am saying that clearly there is a reason why somebody left a note behind for them to do very specific things with these wheels.
That they are still not listening to.
Precisely. Does leave a question though. Can I use it and then take it off and then use it on the other one?
I'm going to guess no. But it is an interesting question. Just...
I won't get my hopes up.
Yeah, just, you know, video game logic. And, you know, it is still Call of Cthulhu. They're not going to want to make it too easy on you.
True.
So far, this hasn't been too difficultly stressful type of gameplay. Does seem to be ramping up, though, so we shall see. Definitely, that slow gradual building of tension is definitely fitting.
Now for the next step.
A Lovecraftian story. Yeah, you're just going to turn it back down. So you're going to have to find another wheel. These wheels immediately bond with, you know, high, like, nuclear grade bondings.
Well, I mean, half the fun of being an investigator is, you know, investigating.
Yep. You got two of the electrical things flipped.
Yep.
Oh, you can go further this way. Is this... No, this wouldn't be where that... Oh, this is the other side of that hallway that had that wandering guy.
All right. And that is the archives.
That sounds very interesting, a place to snoop around in.
Maybe acquire some occult or medical knowledge.
Or some what the fuck is happening knowledge.
Oh, they'll never give you that until it's too late.
I suppose that's fair.
Hello, Mr. Guard. I'm gonna explore the archives now.
It didn't look like he came down this way, so I think you're fairly safe in here.
Yeah, but... there's no telling.
I mean, that's fair. Like, they give you a hiding place, so that's...
They give you the claustrophobia zone. All right.
It may be to... Oh, I bet, because they're scattered all over the place.
Sarah Hawkins. She was a patient here.
I bet if you get alerted, since you don't have any weapons or anything right now, it's like run, break line of contact, and then hide.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a pretty standard. Yeah. Sarah Hawkins was interred at Riverside for fits of insanity a while before her death. She wasn't at her first attempt with the fire at the mansion. Interesting. I like how the drawers that have interesting things are all
Dementia? Self-inflicted wounds?
clearly pointed out to you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go through like every single drawer. A document attesting to the fact that Irene Sanders, wife of Francis Sanders, had her husband interred after he had shown grave signs of madness.
Huh.
Self-harm, insomnia, and I didn't catch the...
Let's look again. Clues. That's Sarah Hawkins.
Repeated violence. Yeah.
Anatomy, anthropology, nothing surprising.
All right.
It's a little lackluster for an archives, but
That would be a person.
yep. Again, very nice of them to carry around these, bright lanterns.
Well, they wouldn't want to trip over all of these wires.
Will not eat it anymore.
Another electrical.
Theoretically, I've only got one lever to push.
I wonder if there's anything down that hallway that patrols down. We're getting into more patient cells here. There's an open cell there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, not 6. 4, 5. Just got a few days to go. Yeah, that's it. 4 days at most. No more.
Probably for hiding them well.
Would be my guess.
My calculations are always right.
Looks like somebody was not surviving this particular cell.
No. I mean, that's a pretty significant blood smear.
Alright, I need to get over that way, so...
think this is where your sleeping inmate. Yeah. So you probably have to get through that door there to find.
Yeah. And there's a guy looking right at it.
Yeah. So I wonder, maybe this is actually a multiple step. I don't like. I think we'll have to try it next time. But I wonder if giving him the sleeping pills just pulls that guard rather than.
Show me.
There. And remember, they don't come for free.
Don't you worry, you'll have your diversion. Go on now, go hide yourself. The crows, they're everywhere. Make them go away. Help.
Okay, yep, he's gone, so you can now get in there.
What carnage.
And room full of nightmares.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty firm disembowelment and
Disembodiment.
dismemberment
Or
over
dismemberment.
here. Dis-something-ment, I'm sure.
Discolorment. It's not even a word, I'm sure, but ooh.
Well, I mean, there was that The Colors of Madness story. Was that the name of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Color no, it was The Color of Space or something like that.
I don't remember. But it had to do with colors not seen on this world.
All the levers are activated.
Claustrophobia cabinet. Alright. Well, we are about out of time. So,
That was a game save.
if you want to, I'm sure you can save manually too. Do you want to wrap up in here, or do you want to find a slightly less gruesomely morbid place to sign off?
You know, actually, given the state of things, I think this is the perfect place to start up next time.
All right. Well, oh, maybe it just is firm autosave. Interesting. Well, to anybody, to everybody or anybody who is watching this later, thanks for checking it out. Apologize for the dropped frames. Hopefully it wasn't too badly to watch, and we'll hopefully figure that out better next time. Otherwise, we'll be picking this up again next Wednesday for entering more and more madness.
Yay, madness.
And there's a dramatic picture right there. I had not noticed the Cthulhu in there. I just saw him with the lantern.
Oh, you didn't see the...
Yeah, I didn't see the background of that. I probably should have, but you know, here we are. Anyways, later everyone.